Morning, we're looking at Unified 9 homework number 14, the frequently asked questions that you guys mentioned in your Google form. So the first one is number 9. So this month, Jessica deposits $400. So that's going to be A1. She plans to deposit 10% more each successive month. So what that means is that we're actually going to be multiplying by 1.10. So, this month she deposits $400. Next month she'll deposit $400 and 10% more. So that's why we're multiplying by 1.10, and that pattern will continue. How much money will she have saved after 12 deposits? And so we're looking for N is 12, and we are wanting to know how much money she will save in all. So this is geometric, and I've already got that set up, and there we have it typed in our calculator. Another question you guys asked about is number 10 about toy sales. So it tells me that the first year, it tells me the expected sale total. That's A1. The company expects sales to drop 10% each year. Find the total sales. Well, if it's dropping 10%, what percent of the sales are remaining? And so that would be 90. So therefore, R is 0.9. And at first it wants you to know how much there would be left, how much the total sales would be after 6 years of selling this toy. Okay, so I've set that up for you. And then it says, if you just let the toy be on the shelves for however long anyone would buy it. So you're looking for what would happen if S goes to infinity. Okay, now we know that we're not going to have a toy on the shelves forever and ever and ever and ever. But we could see what that looks like. So 495,000 over 1 minus R, and that's what we have here. All right, I had someone ask about number 12, and so we'll look at it. With the information in number 12, it is arithmetic, so let me cover some of this up so you see what path I took. So it's arithmetic, and I know the sum. I don't know how many terms there are. I know the first term, but I don't know the A sub n term. So I have two unknowns, which means I need another equation. That other equation comes from my explicit formula. So 180 is a point, n, A sub n is a point, and I know the common difference. So I use point slope. I went ahead and just distributed all that, and I got 92 minus 12n, which allows me to plug that quantity in for A sub n. I went ahead and multiplied by 2. I added 80 and 92 together as well. I then distributed. There you can see we have a quadratic. I went ahead, and that is negative 12. I went ahead and divided by 2 just to work with lower numbers, and then I noticed, hey, all that can be divided by 2 again. So I divided it by 2 again. Then when you're solving a quadratic, you set that quadratic equal to 0. Now I like for my leading coefficient, my n squared term, to be positive. So I manipulated the equation where it's positive. I then use quadratic formula. As I'm using quadratic formula, I kind of broke that down just a little bit for you. So there's what I got when I worked with the discriminant, the quantity under the radical. One of these values of n will not make any sense because it has a negative answer, and here n is number of terms. So really, I'm just concerned about the 43 plus 557 over 6, which gives you. I had a question about number 6 on your homework, and my guess is something happened with your negative signs here. So A1 is negative 3, R is negative 2. Be very careful when you type that into your calculator. So notice I have 1 minus R. You must put that negative 2 to the 10th. Negative 2 must be in parentheses. I went ahead and separately did 1 minus negative 2 to the 10th. That's negative 1,023. And notice I went ahead and said 1 minus negative 2 is 3. And when you do that, you will get the answer on the back. But I can about guarantee the issue there was typing the negative sign into your calculator.